back and relax and enjoy another episode of J&C Fix and Play.
Welcome back, everyone. So today I have a Gameboy Advance SP. It belongs to a co-worker and it will not turn on. So in this video, we're gonna go after the power switch because I have a feeling it's just dirty. So if your Game Boy won't turn on, if it charges and the red light comes on, but no matter what you do, it will not power up once you hit that power switch, maybe this will help you. So first thing you do, take that Phillips head screwdriver and we're going to take that battery out of it. Moving on, you are going to remove this screw here. And by the way, these are all tri-wing screws for the next batch. So we're going to take the one out there in the battery compartment. Next screw is right over here, right where you load the games. All right, and moving on, you got 4 screws here in the 4 corners, so we're going to remove these. There's one. There's 2. And we don't have to take the whole system apart for this, so you're not going to take apart the top half of your screen. So if you're having issues with the screen, I did do a video posted up here in the top where I actually took a screen out of one of these not that long ago because I'm going to be doing an AGS 101 mod in a Game Boy Advance, but I'm going to use the screen. So if you need to see that, check that video. Let's just, I think I forgot a screw here. Alright, so once you get the screws out, I'm just going to pull the bottom piece off there, just like that. And then inside the system, you're going to see that there's 3 screws. Okay. And for these screws, you are going to use a Phillips to remove them. Right now, I'm just going to check all the buttons and all the switches here. Make sure everything seems okay, just upon visual inspection. It does seem like it is working good. So we're going to go ahead and take out the 3 screws. There's one right here. Okay, the other 2 are right here on the other side, right above each other. Oh. There's 2. And then here's the 3rd. And that's actually the only thing that holds the PCB board, motherboard in place. So, yeah, just take that out. Now you want to be careful at this part because your ribbon cable is connected. Don't worry about the buttons falling out. That's fine. And on that, just push the 2 little black tabs up. And I'm just going to use this little screwdriver here. Be careful. There you go. There's 1, 2, and then comes right out. Okay. So once you get the ribbon cable detached, put that over to the side so you don't have any issues. And I'm just going to take off all these buttons here, and then we can start working on the actual issue. Now's a good time too if you wanted to clean any of the contact pads or anything. Now's a good time to do that since you have this whole piece out. So we got the power switch right there. Alright. So usually on the power switches, 1 or 2 things happens. Either A, it gets dirty, or 2, it goes bad. If it goes bad, then you gotta desolder it and replace the whole unit. So before I go through all that hassle, I'm just gonna try to clean it. It's possible some dirt got in there. Possibility depending on where you kept it. There's some corrosion. So what I'm using is 91% rubbing alcohol, and all I'm doing is taking a Q-tip, dipping it in it, and just kind of dab the Q-tip with the alcohol onto the power switch itself, right onto the front of it. I've done this on Game Boys and it's worked on some of them as well. Game Boy Colors. The power switch is basically the same design for all of them, just about. And then I'm also going to wipe it across the contact points there on the board. I highly recommend using 91% on this. You don't want too much water, mainly because, you know, it could cause problems for you down the road. So 91%. And after you dab it in onto the power switch there in the front, just kind of move the power switch back and forth like this. You know, it'll kind of work its way in there and either move the dirt around, clean it out, or if there's corrosion, maybe loosen some of it up. You know, and when I'm done with this, I'll probably hit it with a can of air. So there we go. Now I'm going to assemble the unit back together. Side note, do let the power switch dry before you proceed. Don't just toss everything back together. You want to make sure it's dry. So we're going to put the buttons back in now. And from this point on, it is pretty straightforward. You're just doing everything in reverse. Alright, so once you get your buttons in place, it is time to reattach the board to it. Once again, when it comes to dealing with this ribbon cable, be extremely careful. You know, you don't want to pull on it too much. You don't want to, you know, bend it. You're not going to be able to fix it. So I would just take your time with this part. If you spend 2 minutes doing this, no big deal. Overall, this probably took me about 15 minutes to take it apart, clean the switch, and put it back together. And I spent a decent amount of that time trying to take care of this ribbon cable, just so you don't damage it. So this is the part where you want to concentrate your efforts and your concentration. So. Okay, so laying the screen down and the board flat, that was the easiest way for me to put the screen back together and put that ribbon cable in. But as you can see, hitting the power switch, yes, it is working. Great. So now that part is fixed. Let's just make sure that there's nothing else wrong with this system. So we're going to turn it on now, and let's see what we got. So, all right, showtime. And there we go. So her screen is working. She wasn't sure if it was. The buttons seem to be working fine. It's allowing me to skip ahead. I can select videos. Cool. So this is fixed. This is working. She's going to be happy. If you guys are having issues with your Game Boy Advance SP, I would possibly try this if it won't turn on. Hopefully it's an easy fix. Otherwise, I would probably recommend looking into changing the power switch itself. Hope this video helps. Please leave a comment, hit that subscribe button if you guys want to see more. Go play some video games, have fun, spend time with your family, and have a good time, everybody. Enjoy.